It's really time to choose up sides here, isn't it? I mean, you look at our children, you look at our grandchildren's lives down the road, and this dangerous, dangerous deal that American politicians are voting for. It just boggles the mind, and you're really seeing where people are going here. You're either for it, you're either apathetic or ignorant, or you're doing what you're doing, what Palin's doing, what Trump's doing, what Cruz is doing. I mean, you can see who the leaders are on this issue, and your group is one of them. I mean, it's time to really, choose sides here, and people will see where everyone stands, because this is critical. This is absolutely crucial to the United States of America and Israel and the world.
It absolutely is, and I believe the American people understand that. I really do, and in fact, we actually polled this question about divestment, and 70% of the people polled supported language that would go into state constitutions preventing tax dollars from going to Iran or Syria. And that was, I will say, that was a pretty bipartisan split in that 70%. So, I have faith that the American people are wise and understand what is at risk from this agreement. And the fact is they're worried. And this is a way that empowers the American people to actually do something about it. Obama completely sidestepped the Constitution on this. And, otherwise the U.S. senators would have been voting to ratify a treaty, right? And they wouldn't have, the votes would not be there to ratify this. So it would never get implemented. But he sidestepped that and did this ridiculous kind of deal that we have where we're disapproving. I mean, the whole Washington handling of this thing on both sides, frankly, has been kind of unbelievable. But the American people understand what's at stake here.
It is unbelievable. And, it's a phrase that I've been saying too much lately. When you see what comes out of Washington, you say it's shocking, but not at all surprising. And they just continue to do this. It's really unreal. And, God bless you, Sarah Steelman, for doing this because, we know you're not exactly not busy. Let's put it that way. I mean, here you are, professor now at Missouri. You're writing, your new grandma, most importantly. And, of course, your great commentary here each and every week on Mama Grizzly Radio with Steel Resolve. So for you to do this and go out of your way to do this, which is obviously time-consuming and very important, it really shows what a great American you are and someone that should be in the Senate right now, folks. This is who you could have had instead of the clowns that we have there now. I said that, not Steelman. So let's see what happens down the road with something along those lines. But it's so much appreciated, and I think what you do, taking that chairmanship role with this group, with Defund Iran, is that you have that instant credibility so people see it and say, well, if Sarah Steelman's behind it, let me take a closer look. And that's what we hope to do this week and throughout the month and throughout the coming months, to direct people to the website, to take a look, and hopefully all hands on deck here. And just like the rally that Governor Palin spoke at a little while ago, let's hope people, as they say so much on Twitter, that one hashtag, right, make DC listen, and let's just keep it going.
Well, and thank you for those kind words, Kevin. And you're right. I mean, we can do it. I believe that. We got to motivate people to understand that there is something that they can actually do about this. And you'd asked me before, just real quick. We are starting with 5 states. They are Missouri, Colorado, Florida, Ohio, and Arizona. And notice these states are pretty important states to the presidential election as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think we can hear from people on that. I think we will hear from people when they go out and vote and they register that they are against this Iranian agreement by voting to prevent taxpayer dollars from going to state sponsors of terror.
How you could be any other way on this just boggles the mind. I mean, you're talking about the safety and security of the world, and certainly of the United States and Israel. And what you're doing is great, exactly. Sarah Steelman, and we're going to promote this as much as possible. And, of course, we'll hear more from Sarah Steelman coming up a little bit later on in the program with our weekly edition of Steel Resolve. But, again, so great to talk to you. And good luck with your grandson. I hope he's doing well.
Oh, thank you. He's coming to see me this weekend, so I'm very excited.
There you go. Spoil him already. Only 5 months.
Exactly.
Still, you could start it now. You could start it now because you know you're going to do that for years.
Thanks, Kevin.
Sarah Steelman on the Palin Update. For more, be sure to head to defundiran.com. Sarah Palin blasted the latest ridiculousness coming out of Washington this past week in a Facebook post that cleaned Obama's clock. Palin addressing the situation in Texas where a Muslim teen was detained by police after he had something on him that looked to be a possible explosive. Later it was determined it was a clock he made. No harm, no foul, right? Well, those with screws loose are crying this is a case of profiling. Palin wrote, "Friends, consider the kids disciplined and or kicked out of school for bringing squirt guns to school or taking bites out of a Pop-Tart until it resembled, to some politically correct Yahoo, a gun. Or the student out deer hunting with his dad early one morning who forgot he had a box of ammo in his trunk when he parked in the school's lot later that day. Kids humiliated and intimidated for innocent actions like those real examples are often mark the rest of their lives and made to feel really rotten, whereas Ahmed Muhammad, an evidently obstinate answering student bringing in a homemade quote-unquote clock that obviously could be seen by conscientious teachers as a dangerous, wired-up, bomb-looking contraption. Teachers who were told, if you see something, say something, gets invited to the White House." And Palin adds much more fact-filled common sense, including a look at Barack Budinsky's track record in cases such as this. You can see her post on the Mama Grizzly Radio Facebook page. And to see any of the governor's posts in their entirety, visit Sarah Palin's Facebook page, follow her on Twitter at Sarah Palin USA, and check out sarahpac.com.